Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm gonna be doing my NHL, not NHL 22, but my NHL Playoff Bracket Challenge predictions. This is my NHL Playoff predictions, and yeah, okay. So for Colorado Nashville, I don't think there's no way that Colorado can win that series, especially how good Colorado has been playing. And then Minnesota St. Louis. It's really one of the best first round series, but I do think Minnesota's going to take it in 6 because I just feel like with Fleury in net, they're pretty good now with Fleury, especially with Fleury back. Game 1 didn't really go the way they expected, but I feel like they'll bounce back in the series and they'll win it. Calgary, they played well in their first game. Initially, oh no, but if we have Calgary, if Markstrom plays like on his point, I feel like if Markstrom can play well and like be himself and play like insanely, I feel like they can easily sweep the series. But I don't think that they will sweep the series because Dallas just isn't that kind of team to let get swept. So, but I do take Calgary in this one. LA, Edmonton. I don't know what happened to Edmonton in Game 1. I initially did say Edmonton in 5, and I'm gonna stick to Edmonton winning the series. But I don't think they're going to win it in 5 anymore based on how LA won that last game. So, Colorado, Nashville, I feel like Nashville will get 1 game, but I don't think that they'll get like 2 or 3 games in on Colorado. For Calgary, Dallas, I did initially say Calgary in 6, but how Calgary played against Dallas in Game 1, I do think that Calgary's going to take it in 5. Minnesota, St. Louis, I have Minnesota winning in 6. Just because of how good Minnesota is now. St. Louis, yeah, they won the first game, but I do think Minnesota's still going to win in 6. I initially had Edmonton in 5, but after seeing Game 1, Edmonton, they struggled a bit, but yeah, I feel like they'll bounce back, and they'll win it in 6, definitely. And that's my first round in the West. Now to the Eastern Conference. Washington played amazing against Florida in the first game. They shocked everybody with how good they played, but I don't think they're gonna win this series. I still think that Florida's gonna win no matter what, because Florida's just a powerhouse this season. Toronto, Tampa Bay. Toronto absolutely creamed Tampa, and if Toronto plays like Toronto, I feel like they can finally win this series. Especially because Vasilevsky didn't really play well. The entire Tampa Lightning team didn't play well in Game 1. I feel like they're going to lose Game 2, maybe then win Game 3 and 4. I do think this is going to go 7, but I do think Toronto's going to win that series. Carolina, Boston. This is like the series that can go either way. It's kind of a 50-50 decision. But I just don't think Linus Ullmark. I don't think Ullmark's that great, especially how Carolina, they got Freddie Anderson in net, who I think pretty sure had the second best save percentage in the NHL this year, and especially with Rask for Boston, he retired this year after the injury. I don't see Boston making it that far in the playoffs, so I do think that they're gonna get eliminated this round by Carolina. New York, Pittsburgh. This is another series that I'm not too sure on, because Pittsburgh hasn't been that good in the playoffs recently. Like last year, losing in 6 against the Islanders, then the year before that, losing the Montreal Canadiens in the play-in rounds, and then getting swept by the Islanders. Ever since they lost in the second round to Washington, they've been shit in the playoffs, especially going up against the team that has the goalie with the best save percentage this year, or best save percentage and goals against average. I just don't see how they could possibly win this series, but I don't see how they can win it with that goal. Oh my god, my settings just opened up. I don't see how they can win it with Igor in net, but I just fucked up everything. Okay. Whew, okay. I kind of rented on. Yes, Igor had the best save percentage and best goals against average, but Pittsburgh is just a stronger, older team. Igor definitely one of the best goalies in the league, but I do think Pittsburgh's gonna win this series because like Malkin played really well in Game 1 with that triple overtime, and I do think Malkin's gonna continue to play good, and that's how they can win this series. They can win the series with Crosby playing good, Letang playing good, Kapanen if he plays good, they can win. If they get when Jari comes back, Pittsburgh's just gonna not destroy the series, but they're gonna do pretty well in this series. I do feel like New York has like that chance, but I do think Pittsburgh's gonna win the series. Florida Washington. Washington did like have a great game against Florida in that win, and I originally did have Florida winning in 5, so I'm gonna stay with that. I'm gonna take Carolina in 6 just because I don't think Boston will be able to hold Carolina that much. Yeah, Boston's a good team, but I do feel like Carolina's going to win this series. This is just 100% going 7 games. Vasilevsky, Campbell, they're both going to play really well. I know Matthews is really going to want to win this series. Then for Pittsburgh, New York, I initially had this in 6, but I do feel like it's going to go 7, especially with Shesterkin in net. And if Jari gets back, if Jari comes back, Pittsburgh will definitely win the series, but if Jari comes back, Pittsburgh's winning in 6. But if DeSmith has to play, if DeSmith comes back after that injury last night, if DeSmith comes back and he wins, they're going in 7. I just don't think DeSmith will have the power to win in 6. Alright. Second round in the West. Colorado, Minnesota. Colorado, they have a great team, but I just feel like they're going to get knocked out in the second round again. Like, the second round isn't really their strong point. I just feel like I don't think that they're going to have, like, I don't know, because, like, they always get knocked out in the second round. They have a good first round, they get knocked out in the second round, especially with Minnesota getting Fleury. Minnesota's got a lot of good players on that roster. They got Kaprizov, who's been really good. I think they got Marcus Foligno. They got Zuccarello. They got a good offense and a pretty good defense. Colorado's good all around, but Kemper, Kemper's a little shaky, if I'm being honest. I feel like Kemper's shaky a bit, but I do feel like it's probably going to go 7 or 6 games, and I feel like Minnesota's going to win it. Calgary and Edmonton, I mean, this could be the best series out of the entire playoff. Battle of Alberta. I think it's going to go 7 or 6 games. I feel like Mike Smith will play really well. Jacob Markstrom will play really well. And I feel like Jacob Markstrom is going to win the series for the Flames with 2 shutouts because he had the most shutouts this year. So I do feel like Calgary's going to win that series in 6 or 7. In the East, the second round, Toronto, I gave them the first round. I just don't think they can beat the Panthers. I feel like this series is either going to go 6 or 7. I would say 7 because it's the least. It's always going to go 7. But because since Florida's better than Boston, I'm going to say 6. Carolina, Pittsburgh. I gave Pittsburgh the edge in New York, but I just don't think they can beat Freddie Anderson. Second best goals against average. There's just the team Trocheck scored that amazing goal off Olmark's helmet. I'm pretty sure Kotkaniemi's on that team. I'm not positive if he might have gotten traded, but Kotkaniemi's been playing really well. He played really well in the playoffs last year, so I feel like Carolina's going to get past the Penguins in that round. The conference finals, Minnesota, I do have them going this far, but I don't think they'll win it against Calgary because Calgary is just a solid team all around. Solid goaltending, solid defense. Their first line is probably the best in the league with Gaudreau, Monahan, Tkachuk, Lindholm. They got a powerhouse first line. I feel like Calgary's going to win that series and be the second Canadian team in the last 10 years, 10 years to make the Stanley Cup. And then between Florida, Carolina, this is a bit of a it's not going to be a boring series, it's going to be a great series, but everyone kind of has this in their bracket. But I'm just going to give Carolina the edge to have more playoff experience than Florida. I mean, I feel like Bobrovsky will play really well in that series. Florida's, I don't think Joe Thornton will go to the finals. I just don't think it'll happen. But I do think Florida will be knocked out in the conference finals, and Carolina will go to the cup finals. In the cup finals, this would be a really good series between Carolina and Calgary. I am Canadian. I want to see a Canadian team win it, but I just don't feel like Calgary can get the edge off Carolina. And I think Carolina's going to win the Stanley Cup in 6 or 7 games. Oh, I didn't say how many series. So Calgary will probably beat Minnesota in like 6, maybe even 5, and then Carolina, Florida is going to go 6 or 7. How many goals are going to be in the final series? I'm going to go 21. And yeah, this is my final playoff bracket. They close tonight. Playoff brackets close tonight after puck drop of the first game 2. This is my playoff bracket. If I'm stupid, I'm stupid. But it's just how I feel it's gonna go on, because I feel like there's got to be at least one upset, and I feel that's gonna be Minnesota, Colorado, or possibly Pittsburgh, New York. But Pittsburgh, they played really well last night, and Minnesota had that tough loss against St. Louis, but I feel like they'll bounce back. And yeah, so this is my playoff bracket. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me how stupid I am in the comments, and see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. See you guys later. Peace. Okay, cool. See you guys later.